Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to our Woodturning Live. My name's Dan, and today basically we've got a beautiful piece of oak on the lathe. I'm going to say, and a lot of the oak I have been turning recently has been relatively small as I've been waiting for my log delivery. So, but again, as I say, I've just taken this out of the log store now. Has been actually sitting seasoned for a while, so the moisture content is about 14%. So it's not too bad. It's pretty dry. It's pretty seasoned. But again, we're going to try and turn this into a bit of a practical piece. And but yes, I jumped on yesterday. We turned a small little console bowl. But today, basically, again, I'm going to jump onto the live. As I was going to try and share and demonstrate some of my knowledge on wood turning. So if anybody finds that any kind of use, you can say, don't forget to support the channel. It is free. And before I begin, basically, I'm just going to lock the headstock and I'm going to give it a good measure. Okay, we are 21 centimeters, so 8¼ inches, which isn't massive, but and we are 3½ inches. 8 by 3. It's not a bad little size to get turning. So but yeah, today we're going to try and turn this into something practical, something useful, and but yeah, it's just a demonstration for anybody who's new to my lives and wants to see how it's done, basically. But today, before we begin, I'm going to get my PPE and we're going to pop on a helmet, and hopefully we're going to try and turn this into something useful, something practical. So but again, I was going to say, it's I jump on lives most days just to demonstrate really kind of what I've learned over the last 2.5 years of wood turning. So, and yeah, if you'd like to support the channel, it is free, and hopefully we'll turn this into something useful. We're going to start to lathe off, okay? We're going to start her off, and I'm just going to gradually build up speed, okay? Gradually build up speed. Okay, 600 RPM, okay? 600 RPM. Make sure everything's locked and loaded. Right, okay. I've tried to round it off as much as I possibly could before actually jumping on the lathe. So just to minimise a lot of the work that's involved when you leave the corners on. So again, I'm going to bring this round. And come onto it face value. So I've got a way to get round this top corner. I've got a little crack here, which isn't really too good turning, because as I come round, I'm going to remove this anyway. Okay, I'm going to remove this as it comes round. Again, I have this flat area here, which I'm going to sweep round, clean that up, and I should have one on the opposite side. I do. So it's not too much of a problem at the moment. It's yeah, it's going to be a beautiful piece. As you can see, the white oak coming through, and the tan, which is running through the centre. And again, we're just going to work through and basically try and get this into some kind of shape. And hopefully, it'll go to the collection, and hopefully something to display a bit later on. Hi there, buddy. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the Woodturning live. We may need to speed up. We may need to speed up. It's quite a solid piece of wood. So again, I'm just being very mindful about where I'm making these cuts at the moment. So that flat bumpy area you can hear is this area I'm coming around here. So I'm probably going to use a couple of push cuts, come around and literally push this out and create that shape. I've still got this little crack up here, which I'm not too concerned about. So and this little area here, which I could literally remove as I come around the back. So again, it's going to be a beautiful piece. It's going to say, you can always tell with oak, with this beautiful colour and grain patterns. So yeah, I think every bit of oak or tern and ash, it's got a beautiful grain, mate. Beautiful grain. It's going to say oak is one of my favourites to turn. It's going to say I've just finished a number of oak bowls actually, and one of the recent ones, I turned a piece of ash very recently, which is another type of my favourites. And ash is a total giveaway because of its grain. It's going to say it's really pretty. But what I did to this one, I actually created like the beehive effect. I was going to say to the bowls. So, but at the moment it's just sitting there actually curing at the moment. So it's had a couple of coats of oil. That's beautiful. Thank you very much, buddy. Thank you very much. Really grateful. Thank you. But yeah, hopefully sometime later on this year, I'm going to put a website together and try and display some of my work really if anybody's actually interested in it. So, but oak again is one of my favourites. I just had a brand new log delivery yesterday. And I've got quite a lot of oak, probably quite a lot of ash, beech. I've got some birch to get through, etc. So lots of different varieties to actually get put on the lathe and turn it to something beautiful. And one thing my woodman actually turned around and said, he likes to see that his wood is actually being used for something creative other than people going out there and burning it. So, but yeah, I'd rather turn it to something useful and practical rather than burn it. So. But yeah, I've got 12 people in the room so far. Welcome everybody. But again, I'm coming over with this 1/2 inch bowl gouge. I'm going to use a couple of push cuts and push this out. And say remove this awkward area here. Okay, it's not completely curved because it comes up to here, sinks in, and then comes back out. So what I'd like to do, yes, it's great. It's not just burnt. Exactly. So. He tends to get a pen or a bowl out of me, every time he comes to drop me some timber off. And yeah, he's going to say he's always admiring the stuff when he comes into my workshop. And it's going to say I've been woodturning 2.5 years or something silly like that. But again, every piece that I create, I'm trying to make everything a little bit different. Everything's got to be a little bit different from the last. Otherwise, it just gets a bit samey. And there are many woodturners out there, production turners, for instance, who tend to turn the same thing over and over again. And there's no continuity. It's all continuity. Everything's the same. And I prefer to make things a little bit different, just a little bit different. So again, oak is a big giveaway. You can see from this area is white oak, okay? And you get this tan, okay, runs straight through the center, okay, which is a really big giveaway. So, but again, it's not only the color that gives it away, it's the weight, the mass of oak, because again, it's one of our native hardwoods. So, yeah, same in resin. I've got to make different things. I've actually got a pressure pot, which is other side of the workshop. And obviously I've got the compressor here, so I will be getting into resin at some point and trying to incorporate a bit of resin work with some of my turnings, etc. So, but yeah, it's something I'm going to be jumping into and trying to experiment with. So just incorporate a bit of difference into my wood turning. And yeah, a lot of people say I'm not a plastic turner, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I think it's each to their own, really. And yeah, it's definitely fabbing wood. I was going to say there's also a lot of differences that you can do with it, with all the mica powders and stuff like that, and bring into some colour. So yeah, I was going to say it's quite interesting. So we're going to crack on and bring in some push cuts, and we're going to try and bring this round and create this nice flowing kind of curve really to bring it into that bowl. So it's nearly round. It's nearly round. Hi James, welcome to the live, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to come round. I was going to say, and as you can see, it's the reason why it mirrors it basically. I'm trying to figure this out on YouTube, why it's mirroring. Okay, something to do with my camera settings, but I'll figure it out. But again, we're on a 600 RPM at the moment, and again, I'm going to speed up. Okay, I am going to speed up. 700. Okay, just gradually build up. I don't want to be too aggressive at all, okay? Don't want to be too aggressive whatsoever. I'm creating shavings, not chunks, okay? The last thing I want to do is break chunks off this. It's Dan. It's Dan. I remember your name. I remember the profile name. Yeah, it's Dan. It is. I'm going to say it. Yeah, my name's Dan. But again, I'm just working around it basically at the moment. As you can see, we've removed that awkward area. Got this little area here, okay, which is not too much of a problem. And so I'll come round and I'll remove that as we get round the piece. But again, we've got our natural bowl curve now, okay? Got our natural bowl curve. Again, the faster I'm spinning this lathe, those cleaner those cuts will come, okay? Saying I love the patterns of oak. It's very, very different. And all right, okay, sorry, you're talking amongst yourselves. I do apologise. I do apologise. But what I'd like to do at this stage now, because obviously I've got my shape, okay? I've got the shape. So what I would like to do is just swap over to my 3/8 a minute, because I just want to tidy this little crack up here. Luckily for me, it's not running into the piece, okay? It's just a surface crack. So I'll remove that very shortly, and I'll concentrate my area on this little area here, which I'll come around again, maintaining that curve, okay? So again, the reason I'm using the 3/8 for this is I don't want to remove lots and lots of material, okay? So I just want to slowly basically blend it back in, if that makes sense. So again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I was going to say, it does mean an awful lot to me, helps the channel out massively. And yeah, I'm nearly heading for 3,500 subscribers in less than 6 months. So everyone knows my name when I jump on live. Everyone seems to remember. So nice, easy name to remember, isn't it? So, but yeah, I'm going to come round. We're going to tidy this up. We're going to tidy it up. Yes, when you put finish on oak, it actually really, really starts to shine and starts to stand out, which is one of my favourite things about oak. Ash, the grain speaks for itself. Oak is another particular type of timber that really does stand out. So, speed up. Nearly 800 RPM. that was easy enough. We've removed that little area here, and I think I've removed the crack on the top. I did get a slip on a bowl gouge then, so I've just put a nice little groove in the top here. So I'd like to do just blend that back in. Blend that back in. And bring that tool rest up just a little smidgen, little tad. There we are. There we are. Again, this one takes to sort out. Amazing, down that many subs in 6 months. It took me 11 months to get just over 1,000. I got 3,000 in about 3 months. It's just been a bit slow. I was going to say I did have a little break off the lathe, just because I was poorly. You know, I got one bug after another bug after another bug, which was very unfortunate. But I'm back to my favourite place, back in the workshop. So somebody said to me, "Why have you got a curtain in the background?" I says, "Because I've got property opposite, and I don't want them eyeballing in." So yeah, hence I want to get a blackout blind. So, but I don't want to make it too dark in here. Don't want to make it too dark. Surrounded by woodlands and forests, which make it dark enough. So, yeah, overall, a couple of little areas I want to concentrate on here, and then we can start thinking about putting a foot, etc. on. And then yeah, tidying it up and cracking on. Cracking on. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I like the shape. I do like the shape of this. So we're going to come in and put that foot on it. I actually pre-recorded a video about mounting the wood, getting the wood prepared for the lathe. So I'll try and get that uploaded either later. Yeah, probably later. And yeah, it's not very good at pre-recording stuff, because when I start actually talking and explaining things, basically, I get a little bit tongue-tied. So yeah, it's always worth a try. It's always worth a try. But yeah, it is looking good. It's a nice little shape, isn't it? Lovely shape. Yeah, fruit bowl, small fruit bowl, decorative piece. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. think once you get the form right, it's half the battle, you know, it's half the battle. I think it's, once you flip it over and it's in the chuck and you start hollowing, I think if you can let the piece speak for itself without actually going too far, then yeah, I think the piece will kind of like speak for itself. But I've made forms before, flipped them around, hollowed it out, sanded it off, put finish on, put it away, and then I've looked at it afterwards and I've just thought, should have done this or should have done that. So now it's always taught me that lesson to make sure it's as perfect as I can get it basically before actually hollowing, and that's just form shape. I think that's a little big. Still think that tenon's a little tad too big, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a smidgen off it. Ooh. I've got the dropsies today. I really have got the dropsies. So pick things up and drop it straight away. So what area of Wales are you from? Mid Wales, in the middle. So yeah, I'm surrounded by waterfalls and mountains, lakes, rivers, woodlands, forests, that kind of thing really. Miles away from anywhere. So yeah, smack bang in the middle. So no, I could think of worse places to live, but yeah, I live in mid Wales. I've lived in South Wales, I've lived in North Wales, I've lived in England. So where I live now, it's beautiful. Whereabouts in North Wales? I used to live in North Wales. Fasten fronts. Greenbury, fasten fronts. Something like Bangor or Anglesey or. Alright, I'm still got my tough tail, still got my foot, got my shape. Up by Snowdonia, beautiful part of the world, mate. Beautiful part of the world. I think the worst place to live, I was going to say. Snowdonia is beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not far away from the Brecon Beacons, which is another beautiful part of the world. So we've got our shape, okay? We've got our form. Now I'm looking at that now, I'm thinking, what bad shape is it? In fact, I'm looking at this area here. Right, give me 1 second. What was I saying? Make sure it's right. Make sure it's right. Just the light, or just me? There. I have to have a shufty of this bandsaw behind me, and I have a bit of a shufty around in the workshop, and believe you me, that's something I don't want to do twice. I agree. I was born in Wales, raised in England, and then moved back to Wales. Yeah, Wales is a beautiful part of the world. Right, now we've got our shape, okay? Happy with it now. Happy with it now. So again, let's get that in there. Worcestershire. I can never say that place. Worcestershire. That's it. But a little bit. Smooth that out of the way. there's another place in Wales I still can't pronounce, and pretty much I was born in Wales. It was Clonfar PG, the longest Welsh name in the world. Yeah, I can never ever remember that. I'm saying, it doesn't matter how many times people try and tell me or try and get me to repronunciate it. I can remember the beginning bit, remember the end bit, I can never remember the middle bit. So, Clonfar Gwyn Gair, something Fantasy Bogorth, that one. So, yeah, face is pretty clean actually, considering it just came off the chainsaw. Expected some kind of rough areas, but no, it's pretty tidy. Pretty tidy. Right. That's in there. Downside. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Thank you very much, buddy. Not too high. Yeah, it's nice to be back on the workshop. Is that camera angle okay? Excellent, thank you. I realise there's a good time and a bad time to come on YouTube lives. And sometimes, like, yeah, the numbers will fluctuate all over the place. I'm just going to sharpen my bowl gouge. 1 second. 1 second. Yes, that's very true. Very, very true. Everybody thought I'd given up on YouTube and I'd left everybody hanging, but no, I just needed a little bit of a break. Needed just a tad of a break. I don't literally have a specific time. I just tend to just jump on when I feel like turning something. We're getting there now, aren't we? We're getting there now. Exactly, I totally agree with you. Totally agree. When it stops being fun, that's when you need to have a break. Definitely. Yeah, it's half o'clock. We're nearly there. We're nearly there, aren't we? Oh, still got a bit of room for depth. Yeah, definitely got room for more depth. Quarter of an inch. Just under, maybe eighth of an inch. I think the wall thickness is okay. It's not too bad. It's basically just trying to get a little bit deeper in there. Just give it a bit more depth. Let me come in and start sanding. Exactly what I do. There's my little there. That. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate that. Right, okay, let's get a bit more depth. And let's go a bit deeper. Keep an eye on those walls. When the bed and everything's covered in sawdust, sometimes you just like to have a bit of a clean up. Otherwise, it just starts getting everywhere, doesn't it? So, speed up. Of course it is, mate. Of course it is. Definitely. Right, quite happy with that depth. I took away just enough there. Remove that little raised area. Let's give it a sand in a second, and hopefully this will speak for itself. I did put a post up on social media asking if anybody wanted any sawdust. One of my friends said, right, he said, that's not sawdust, that's man glitter. He said, do you want any? He said, no, I got plenty. I got plenty myself, so. Just been very, very gentle with that piece of carbide, basically. Could do with a bowl gouger, just don't want to go through the bottom and remove loads and loads of timber. There we are. Definitely the wrong time to come on, wasn't it? I say, not many people online at this time, is there? So, okay, quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. Let's move that out of the way. Considering this was not long come out the wood store, it's pretty dry considering. I'm quite surprised. I'm very surprised. So, I'm going to say, because some of the wood in there, it's been in there for a day or two, some of it's been in there for months. So, the woodman was surprised how long it takes for wood to dry out. And he says, oh, it should be drying in a few weeks. I said, year per inch, yeah. He said, year per inch. I said, yeah. So, yeah, he was pretty surprised. He was pretty surprised. But in fact, let me just go and get some sawdust. Not some sawdust, some sandpaper. I was forever putting rolls of sandpaper down, forever putting them down. And so I bought myself some double toilet roll holders and put all my rolls of sandpaper on the toilet roll holders. Won't misplace them now. So again, we're going to start on that 80, aren't we? So again, I've got to find a plug back to my air cleaner, which would be a godsend. Right, so we're going to start this off. Now they're all in sections now. So 60, 80, 120, 240. Tend not to use 60 too much because it's very coarse. Oh, you're on about the loo roll in the sandpaper? No, definitely not. Definitely not. When I jump back onto the live, somebody said to me, "Oh, it takes too long watching you to make this stuff," and I said, "Well, it's not going to make itself, is it?" I'm going to stop there one tap. I can feel something in there, like a lip. It's just my imagination. What I think it is, it's not a lip. It's just I've gone a little bit too deep on the wall there, and then I can feel it just on the top there. Right, get rid of that now because I can still feel it under the sandpaper. Just there. There we are. That's better. That's better. You can see it's gone. You just see it. Feel it underneath my fingertips. That's better. Yeah, right. You're sitting here just on the top of the lift there, and I just feel it under the sandpaper. Wow, okay, that's quite interesting. Before sticking any ice profile anywhere near that, it's clear off. Right. Sorry I've got fingers today. So I've got fingers today. Dropping everything. That's better, that's a bit smaller. So right, we're going to apply this nice coat of ice propyl. It should actually dry it out, evaporate very, very quickly. I'm going to say, and Mike Holton actually introduced me to this stuff. And yeah, it's an absolute godsend. Absolute godsend. Again, raise that grain, isn't it? Gives me a good idea of what it's going to look like when I apply that finish. Wow, it's getting golden already. Looking absolutely incredible already. Hi there, buddy. Welcome to the live. So yeah, we're just coming around it now. I used to apply it while it used to be spinning, and then I prefer to do it nice and slow to get an idea of where it needs. Do you hear the dogs barking? It's just typical when you own 3 dogs. Typical. I was going to say it's yeah, it's always when I want to do something, come into the workshop and that's Carly's for you. Yeah, I use loads of it too. That's why I buy big bottles of it. Gives it a good clean up, raises the grain, and yeah, it looks great. Smells awful, but yeah, let's get that completely covered. That'll evaporate in probably a minute. One way to speed it up actually is I use the air compressor. My dogs are scared of it, so if they ever come in here, I actually turned the resin pen the other day. Stuff actually stinks, doesn't it? So you got there. Yeah, turned an epoxy pen blank. Didn't realise how much it stank. So I was like, it's okay. It does stink a bit though, doesn't it? So alright. Nice. Good amount of sun oil on there. Make that baby shine. Yeah, I don't know where the pen blank came from. It was given to me. Thought that I could actually make anything out of it and turn it into a pen. But yeah, it really did smell. Really did smell. That was rather a lot of oil. Could have gone on a little less actually. I expected it to soak it right in, but maybe it's used a little tad too much. what I am going to do, I'm going to take, pop that there, clean this up, dripping everywhere, and it's into a small hand. Right, buff it in a little bit. And there we are. There we are. It's now a pretty piece of oak. Eh? We've got the shape. And say I will move that tenon at some point. But overall, bit of a giveaway, isn't it? I know, yeah, beautiful, mate. It's absolutely beautiful. It's quite speckled in areas. I don't know if the light's actually doing it justice. Here on the top of them here. Very speckled. I quite like the rim as well. I brought it down a bit when I actually tidied up the inside. Because I want the inside to match the outside. So, but that's definitely one for the collection. I've done tiger oak before, which is absolutely incredible. Looks beautiful. Looks really, really beautiful. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I was going to say, in fact, where is it? There. Let's get that tenon on. Any excuse to stay a bit longer, eh? That's the only thing with this Longsworth chock. I've got to come up with a better idea, because these little butterfly clips are a bit of a pain in the backside. Yeah, I've seen zebra wood, mate. Looks really interesting. Very interesting. Bear with me while I just do up these wing nuts. I was going to say they're a bit of a pain. In fact, if it was my contraption, my idea, I'd have a handle. I'd have a handle just to lock it. So I've got some cold jaws in there as well somewhere, but I just do not get on with them. Just don't get on with them at all. Faffing around and doing the chock and literally putting the plates on, and you still got to faff around with the buttons. So that's one there. I knew there was one more. there as well. How many of these have I forgotten? Tried to literally remove the tenon using a piece of carbide a few videos ago, and didn't like it at all. Did not like it, so just use a 3/8 ball gouge. No faster than 600 RPM. No faster. Okay. There we are. There we are. There's that 3/8. That's the carbide. That's the carbide. Oh yeah, I did. I've got fingers, didn't I? Drop them all. Definitely, definitely. All right, let's just ensure this isn't going anywhere. I think I'm a little tad too high there. Just a little tad. Yeah, exactly. All on the floor. Me and my butterfingers. Me and my butterfingers. I was actually looking at a lock-up in the local area on our little mini industrial estate, and they wanted 950 quid a month for it. I was like, you can swing for your 950 quid a month. Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a texturing tool. And decorate the bottom of your bowls then. Exactly. Yeah, you tell me about it. Great size, but I tell you what, not for that price. Not for that price. I say it's far, 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 far too expensive. Now I'm going to take that rag that I applied too much oil to. And that should be sufficient. Still has that little shoe on there, so got a little nice little base to sit on. Also oil over my, some oil all over my my chuck. Right. Well, there we are, guys, girls, ladies, gents, boys and girls. That is one bowl which I am very happy with. Very, very happy with. Tenons off, putting that nice little foot there. And there we have it. There we have it. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. I was going to say, I can actually take that helmet off. Keep the dog out of the workshop. Otherwise she'll come in here and lay all over the sawdust and then walk all over the house, dragging it everywhere. So, but yeah, really been a pleasure, man. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be back to turn stuff. So, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it for our lovies and leavies. Start off with what, 8 by 3, so I'm probably 7 by 2.5. It's not bad little size. So, but yeah, quite pleased with it. I can say it'll go into the collection with all the other millions of bowls up in the corner. And that's only a fraction of them. I was going to say I've got cupboards and cupboards and cupboards full. But great to watch from start to finish. Much appreciated, buddy. Much appreciated. It's interesting, isn't it? How we can go from like half a log to a beautiful, practical serving bowl. I was going to say, could use a salad bowl, potpourri, decorative piece. Exactly. I thought about that only literally the other night. I thought it won't take long to actually sort it out. So it's just finding the time and get some pieces of work on there and stuff. So, but yeah, I shall be back before you know it. And but thank you for sticking with me all the way through. And say, anybody who hasn't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to drop me a sub if you want to be notified next time I come online and make something different. We'll have another bowl, platter, vase, keyring, pen, anything really. So, but yeah, we'll keep each other posted, and hopefully I shall see you all very, very soon. But thanks for watching, everyone. You have a great Tuesday, and I shall see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching YouTube. Take care, guys, girls. Bye for now.